casino night. That money was split among these beneficiaries. The first two Holy Trinity tuition assistance and scholarships for Good Shepherd seniors accounted for about 49% of the 110,000 or so that we distributed from our efforts last year. Casada High School and St. George, both in Fort Worth. Casada sort of a second chance high school for kids, and St. George is an inner city Catholic school that we've been supporting for a long time. If you add those first four line items together, that accounts for about 64,000 of what we distributed last year. So nearly 60% of the money we raised went to Catholic education. That's a good thing. That's a very important thing. If you look at the other three items on the left-hand side, the Diocesan Seminary Fund, the Franciscan Retirement Fund, and Education Fund, which is essentially the Franciscan Seminary program, that accounted for about 14% of what we raised, and 17%. And the right-hand side, Catholic Charities, Loretto House, the missions of the sisters, and Catholic Relief Services is all outreach efforts. Loretto House is up in Denton. They serve pregnant women with pregnancy and encourage them to keep their child. Not only do they encourage the ladies to keep their children, but they support them with diapers and training for the next 3 years if they're so disposed. It's a great program. The sisters have missions in Brazil and Africa. We've been supporting them for a while. And we actually had the pleasure, I think 2 years ago, of two of the African nuns came and visited with us. And Catholic Relief Services, which of course is all over the world, doing the Lord's work. So that's about 24% of the money we raise. So Lord willing, we'll be successful this year, and with your help, I think we can do that. There's a couple of pictures of us delivering checks. Bob Allenfeld last year had a great idea to get a check that we could get some airplay with. So there we are, presenting Father Richard the check with for the Franciscan seminarians, and then a few of us presenting the check up at the Loretto House. This is something else that we did this past week. 4 of the guys went up to Holy Trinity on Meet the Teacher Day to help direct traffic and help kids and folks get around. That's something that Deacon Jeff would love to see us develop a program where we can support with odds and ends and jobs at ongoing. And Bob, I think you said that they'll be putting together a sign-up genius for times when they need some help. And we'll put that on the website, so there'll be a link there. So anyone that's interested in that, once that's up and running, we'll publicize that. Yesterday we hosted the pancake breakfast, back to school pancake breakfast here. Jim gave me the numbers. He said we served 600 eggs, 630 sausage links, 32 pounds of hash browns, a lot of milk and juice. We had 26 outstanding volunteers, and we figured we served somewhere around 200 parishioners. And we did do a poll, and it turned out those 200 parishioners on average gained 4.6 pounds. It was a good day. Also yesterday, one of the things we wanted to do is talk a little bit about faith with the kids. So we printed up the St. Thomas Aquinas Students' Prayer and gave that out to everyone that came yesterday. That prayer card is also on your table, and we invite you to take one or as many as you need to spread around to the kids. If you read the prayer closely, as I've done a few times now since I found it, it's good for other people besides students. I can use that prayer on a regular basis, for sure. So please take it. If there's not enough on the table, we have more over on the other side. So who's doing this men's club stuff this year? I'd like to go and run through the name very quickly. John Furman, if you stand up, as Vice President. Charlie Revenue, Treasurer. Victor Castro, Secretary. We've got a really great group of guys on the extended or executive board, including Bob Allenfeld doing spiritual. Everybody knows Bob. He probably doesn't even need to stand up, right? Rick Sells handling speakers. Rick's in the back. John Fink, please keep John in prayers. He had a little incident Saturday at Mass, left, went to the hospital, thought he had some heart problems. He had a heart cath done this morning. They didn't find any problems. So he was on his way home when I talked to him, and we'll be monitoring his diet and such for the next few weeks until he goes back to the doctor to see if they know why he was having pain problems on Saturday. Jim Grimshaw, also our membership guy, is involved in a previous engagement during a 30-minute class at RCIA on the Mass tonight, so he had a higher calling for sure. Pat Kemp, I don't think he's here, co-chair of Super Casino Night. Tom Schreck, co-chair of Super Casino Night in the back, doesn't want to stand up. He works a lot, so. Food and beverage, Jim Leonard and Tony. Dominic, where's Jim and Tony? Well, we'll get them out here later. John Martin and Ken Kemper are working on the endowment program and the distribution of funds, target distribution for the coming year. And also working with Johnny, Phil, with the high school kids to promote the scholarships that we give every year. Marco Elias, Inland Communications, with Marco, there he is in the back. Mike Baez is going social. And that's the team, and all this information is out on the website. We do have a new handle for the website at gscc.net/men's club. It's a little bit easier to remember. We've had a team meeting already to kind of wipe the cobwebs away. The one thing that we were nominally successful with last year was sponsorships. We're looking for targets for sponsors this year that would sponsor food and beverage or the naming rights on one of the 3 halls that we use. That would be a great source of revenue for us. And if you have a business that's, or know someone that has a business in the area that could benefit from airplay during the event, on the website leading up to the event, on the phone app during the event as well, please let us know. We'd love to talk to them and invite them to support us in the sponsorship mode. We're also developing media plans, and obviously we've got a good list of beneficiaries that we've had. That's a great story, so we're going to focus on that on the front end. Social plans, Mike?
Yeah, the key word up there is plans. We are firm for September the 6th at Topgolf. Right now, instead of forming a large group, it's very expensive to have a large group out there because they require a meal plan along with the play. So what we've decided to do is basically have groups that will sign up. I'll be at the table after the meeting, and anybody that's wanting to go on Thursday, September 6th, will sign that up. We're also going to an ad hoc Rangers game later in August, or in September, like September the 19th, play Tampa Bay. It's a Wednesday night. I'm going to take, it's not up here on the slide, but I'll take names for that as well. We're going to have Lone Star Brahmas Hockey Family Night in October. Right now we're looking at October 20th, which is on a Saturday night, which is the week before Trunk or Treat here at the church. With the ladies, the women's group, we're going to have a Christmas party dinner on December the 6th. We're really looking forward to that because it's the first time that we've had a joint Christmas party with them. So really looking for a good fall into the winter, and then obviously we're going to have the Super Casino Night, and then we'll have other events after that.
Since John and Jim aren't here, I guess I can speak on membership. As I said before, if you haven't dropped this email address, please stop by the table and give it to us so we can add you to the distribution. Membership is free. We ask folks to buy a shirt, but we'll take you anyhow, even if you don't want to buy a shirt. And you can order the shirt name tag online at gscc.net. Now, I got this slide was something that came up in discussions with a couple of the guys. Has anyone brought home here, who's brought home the vocation icon for prayer? Well, now we need some more help because we don't quite have enough people to minister that Mass on Sundays. And to do so is pretty easy. You come early, get a good parking spot before Mass, and you either meet or select a family. There's an online page on the website to ask for the vocation icon. So a lot of times, all you're doing is meeting the family that's coming in and explaining to them what they need to do. Joyce Fisher's responsible for that, and she said, give her my phone number, give her my email address, and please tell them to contact me if they're interested. It's a good ministry. It would be an easy ministry. It doesn't take a lot of time. So we ask if some of you guys would think about being a part of that. Please do so.
Real quick, I put some forms at the table. If you're interested, put your name on the form, get it to me, and I'll get it to Joyce, okay? There's 2 or 3 forms every day. You'll see it. It's a great ministry. It takes 20 minutes before Mass, and they really need our help right now.
And we'll put this information up on the website as well. The other thing I want to talk about coming up in a couple of weeks is the Family Fully Alive event on September 8th. It's an all-day event right here in the parish, and it's for husbands and wives. We do a lot of stuff individually for men and women, but this should be a good day. And there's also a program for the kids, so even for the younger folks that have kids, they can bring them and they can participate as well. Same thing on the website, Family Fully Alive.
If there's any time that men are needed to step up and be leaders, it's now. The church needs us now. Okay? Not to stand back, not to let the priests and bishops do all the work. We all got to get involved. We've got to be the leaders and get through this scandal.